I just want to shed more light on the prophecy I gave a few days ago or last week concerning the selection or deselection of the potential VP candidates for the U.S. Republican Party presidential flag bearer, Mr. Donald Trump. It just happened while we were praying. And then it was a night before Mr. Donald Trump was shot. It was 13 stroke 14 in between that midnight. And I saw how Tim Scott was removed. And then there's this personality I saw. But I saw only his eyes. So I've not heard of JD Vance before, but as for Marco Rubio, I have heard about him for years. So I just imagined that it could be Marco Rubio, you know. But then what I saw was the eyes of this guy. But it was just later after the announcement that I now realized, I looked closely and now understood that that was the eyes that I saw. That's JD Vance. But let me say this also. Concerning the eyes, I may not say much now concerning what it means or other things that could transpire at the course of this presidency, as the Lord helps them to win. But you will see the meaning of these eyes. It's not just now. Hallelujah. It is to the glory of God to conceal a thing, Proverbs 25, verse 2, but to the honor of kings to search them out. Glory be to Jesus. So God speaks in riddles, and then it is for us to understand. And sometimes, yeah, God changes his mind, but also the prophet can miss it. Like when Samuel says, "This is it." But actually, I didn't miss it. I got it very correctly. I saw the eyes clearly. But let me also say something concerning the eyes. When the former vice president of Nigeria, Sosibanjo, before his election, I saw him with only one sandals. The Lord showed me. And from that day, I know that he was not going to be the president. He would have been one of the best presidents ever. Again, let me just also say something concerning the interpretation of of that vision. I remember in 2016 when you know the story of this Brexit, right? When David Cameron, the former prime minister of the Great Britain, resigned, and suddenly there was almost this vacuum. And in between that moment, the Lord spoke to me that May was going to be the prime minister of Great Britain. Then I didn't know who was called May. So it took me the whole day to search amongst the British political elites who bears the name May. Of course, I saw she was a woman, but I was right. But finally, I found out Theresa May. It was at the course of searching. Then I started writing to her even before she declared her interest to run. Prophecy is not a joke. We are not just the other day. Someone asked me, say, "Can you predict what is going to happen in this place?" I say, "I don't predict. I'm not a soothsayer. I am a prophet. I speak only when I see. When the Lord shows to me, when I hear, when I understand, I speak. I don't just predict, jump into things because of what the newspapers are saying. No, the newspapers, they know nothing that is happening in the realms of the spirit. They only project, they predict. But as for us, we prophesy the mind and the counsel of God. Hallelujah. So just watch the clip and see. I mentioned there clearly that I saw a personality which I could not even describe, but I saw the eyes. I say it there. So is this guy JD Vance? Glory be to Jesus. But mark my words, there's something about that eyes. There is a man called Tim Scott. He's a black man, and we are hoping that maybe President Trump will nominate him as his vice. The stakes were high. People were expecting, especially people of color from African background. As I watched, I saw the name Tim Scott taken out. Hallelujah. I saw the name taken out. This one will be fulfilled in, I think, within next week, right? The Republican Party, they are going to have their convention or something like that. And it was told that Trump was going to announce the person. So we'll have the fulfillment. But then after a while, after about 19 minutes later, and I saw a personality. I don't know how to. And when I tried to interpret that, Please mark my words. It seems to suggest that there is a man called Marco Rubio. It seems to suggest that he will be the guy. But I saw a personality. I saw a personality. Why? I was even surprised because we were just praying. I was praying with ministers, and the Lord was showing so many other things. And suddenly it started like politics. Not no, or it's a dream. No, I was just wide awake seeing all these things. So let's see what happens. But I saw the eyes, the eyes very well. But at the end of the day, I just say, okay, if it's this man, but the eyes, I was just trying to figure out. So I didn't have time to start googling, watching their photos, looking at all the potential VP nominees, their eyes, how their eyes. But I can still imagine the eyes of that VP. Hallelujah. Now, but let's just see if it will go for Marco. But if not, but I'm sure, 100% sure, that it's not going to be, or it may not be that team squad. I saw